gods of the world are just going to have to go on their merry way undissected.
Nah.
Now, if I were going to be a biologist,
Yeah, he's funny.
it might be a different
He said, what
story.
the fuck we
It
was
might
dissecting
become
frogs
violent,
for? He said, what the fuck was we dissecting frogs for? How did that make us make money? It didn't, right? It didn't make us make money. Well, again, school only taught us to be good employees. That's why so many people are good employees, but they hate being employees, right? So many people, we were taught to be good employees. That's why so many people are good employees to this day. So since I'm studying this stuff, right, everything that I do, I research. So, if you follow me, then you would trust, what program I'm in. You would trust, that, you're in good hands, because I do research on everything, right? And I was reading one of Warren Buffett's articles, and he was saying that when becoming an investor, right? Now, I started this journey 6 years ago, investing in myself. That's the first ultimate return, right? ROI. He said, when becoming an investor, you have to know what you're doing. You have to know whether the real estate is good, is going to produce cash flow, whether the oil and gold is going to be able to produce some type of money for you or some capital gains. The stock is going to give you some dividends, or that business is going to give you a return. So he said, whatever you want to do, study it, right? Whatever you want to do, study it. See, we all know about the stock market, but only the ones who actually study the stock market are the ones making money. Now, here's the thing about a 401k. Most people, let's just say 90% of the people who have 401ks don't really study the stock market. They just send their money off to Wall Street, and Wall Street just puts their money in a bunch of stocks, and you don't know if the stock is performing well, if the stock is giving you a dividend, end of the year, or if it's giving you a dividend, every month, or whatever the case is, right? You don't know. All you know is your job also offers a 401k, and then when it's time to retire, you think you got all this money, right? And that's far from the truth. A lot of people right now are retiring and realizing their 401ks ain't shit. Now, again, you can continue to send your money off to Wall Street, or you can take a year to spend 3 to 5 hours a day understanding the stock market, because people are getting filthy rich in the stock market. People are getting filthy freaking rich, guys, in the stock market. People are getting filthy freaking rich in real estate. People are getting filthy freaking rich online. So, again, whatever you want to do, study it. Do the research. Research, right? So, everything that I do, guys, I do research on. Every stock that I want to invest in, I get on their calls, I read their articles, and I see what the company's really about. Because investing, guys, is not, I put $1 in today and I get $1 back tomorrow. No, investing in real estate and stocks and gold and oil and silver and bonds and stuff like that and CDs, that's 10-year minimum, right? 10-year minimum. But again, we have to have the discipline. So the difference between someone investing in a 401k, you investing in many different stocks, and you don't know how the stocks are really performing, and you don't know even if you're getting a dividend from it, right? But when you're educated and you educate yourself on a stock, so say if Facebook was a stock that you were interested in, Facebook ain't going nowhere. Facebook is only going to evolve. Now, do you know, does Facebook pay dividends? Do you know if Facebook will be paying out every quarter? Do you know if Facebook stock went up so that you can get the capital gains? Do you know that? See, in your 401k, you don't know that shit, right? But the people that's putting your money in the 401k, they know that. They know it ain't performing, right? Or they know it is performing, but guess what? If the stock is getting a dividend, right? Here's what I'm learning from this book that I'm listening to. If the stock is performing, right, guess what? Guess who reaps the benefits of that? They don't reinvest your money. If you have a stock that's performing in your 401k, your stockbroker, whoever you sitting it to on Wall Street, does not reinvest your money. Okay? That money goes to them. And they go put it inside of a fund and they go grow their money. So they take your hard-earned money and put it in stocks so they can get dividends so the money can grow. And guess what? You will never know because you're clueless and you're uneducated. So they play on the uneducated, right? So again, guys, anything that you want to know, start doing research. The problem is people never have time because they so busy being broke. They don't have time to understand money. They don't understand that money is supposed to grow. I learned this 6 years ago. And I didn't start getting comfortable with investing in myself until like 4 years ago. Right? So investing in myself and investing in stocks and investing in real estate, it takes time to understand this stuff because it's a risk that you can lose all of your money too. So a lot of people just look at the risk part of, oh, I can lose all my money. I don't want to put my money into it, so I don't want to learn nothing about it because if I do learn something about it now, that means, guess what? I'm held accountable. But here's the thing, guys. Instead of sending your money to a 401k, especially if you just now starting your job, especially if you under 40. Because if you're under 40, you got 10 good years, okay, to be 50 years old, and you can live off your dividends. My cousin's grandmother, she's been having stocks for 30 years. She got one stock that's paying her, two stocks, that's paying her 12% every year on her money. And that money just comes in. It's like a snowball effect. And the shit just comes in. Now she's older. She's like in her 70s, pushing her 70s. But she started when she was 40. So now she got this snowball effect of money that's coming in. I'm not saying she's making millions and millions, but it's money that she don't got to work for. Whether it's $50,000 a year, she don't got to work for that $50,000 a year now. Right? And that's her retirement. She don't have a 401k because she took it upon herself to learn how the stock market works. So I've learned some tips from her the other day. She said, listen, diversify your stock portfolio so you can maximize your dividend profits, but also study the stock that you want. Study the stock market. See where the company is going and see where that stock is actually going. Hey, if she can do it, right? I can do it, right? So again, the people that have all these 401ks and they retire broke, it's like, what happened to my money? I thought the job was gonna, match my 401k. I thought, the company was gonna double my 401k. Doubling what? 14 grand? 15 grand? There ain't no money to retire on. But again, if you're under 40, right? If you're under 40 years old, guys, start studying the stock market. Start putting up money, at least 10 grand. Okay? The stock market is not for babies. It's not for people who's like, oh, I'm a hopefully get rich. No, rich is not a hope. Getting wealthy is not a hope, guys. It's strategic planning to do this, right? I take time to learn how to grow my money. Right? It's not just about making money. You got to know how to grow money. And if you never get to that point where you're in position to grow your money, you will always work for money and you'll never be able to reap the benefits. So like I said, 10 years is good enough to start learning about stocks and start investing into a business or a stock that actually will produce dividends up to 3%, 5%, 6%, 7%, whatever that is. But again, you got to start studying, guys. So the ones that win in the stock market have studied for years, and studied for hours. Those that haven't, guess what? They lose, right? They sell too fast. They sell too early. They don't get out in time, or they don't understand what the dividend is or how the dividend works. And getting a dividend, guys, is basically your money compounded on itself. So you put 10 grand in 10 years, guys, that $10,000 could be paying you out $50,000 a year. in dividends, 6%, right? It depends on how, how much you grew it and then how much money you was putting into the stock every year. But the minimum is like 10 grand. Unfortunately, that cuts out 80% of the people, because 80% of people even got 10 grand sitting around nowhere, right? So again, that's why I train people to make money, stack your paper so you can invest it so it can grow. You could be a millionaire by 35. You could be a millionaire, by 45. But if you never learn how to really get some money, if you never invest in this to learn how to get some money first, okay, to making money, then to actually growing the money, then you always will work, and then you will never, ever be able to reap the benefits of your hard work that you've been doing for the last 40 years. So again, invest to get the knowledge. Invest to get the knowledge. Apply the knowledge. Make the money, okay? Then go grow your money. Spend some time in understanding stocks. Spend some time in understanding real estate, whatever you want to do. Take time to research. What I love about working from home, it allows me the time to do the research. It allows me the time to be able to spend 5-6 hours a day researching what I really want to do with my life, or what I really want to do with my money. It allows me the time to get to know me. It allows me the time to have a peace of mind. It allows me the time to be able to think, right? Unfortunately, when I had a job, I wasn't able to think. I was broke, right? So again, if you never invest to learn, okay, if you never invest to learn anything, you will always work until you die. If you're fine with that, then I'm not the girl for you. But if you're not fine with that, guys, you got to take action now. It's already 4 months into the year. What, you're going to wait until 8 months into the year, 12 months into the year, and then 2020's here? Then what? When do you start something? Right? You got to start something so that you can have something to look forward to. We always have to be building something. People don't feel significant because they ain't building shit. They come home to watch Housewives, or they come home just to watch Empire. That's not building nothing. That's not productive, right? You got to come home strategically. I'm building me an e-commerce store. I'm building me a network marketing business. I'm building my stock portfolio. I'm building my real estate portfolio, whatever it is, right? But you got to be working towards building something. And if you don't have 10 grand to invest in either real estate or even some type of stock, then guess what, guys? You need to learn how to get some money. That's why I teach people how to get involved with Amazon so they can make some money so that you can now go focus on growing your money. Again, it's only for the strong. Investing is not for the weak. Investing is not for babies. Investing is not for amateurs. It's not. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be confident in what you're doing. You don't need a broker, right? Because the stock market is wide open. Anybody can invest as long as you're 18 and over, right? You don't need a broker to tell you what to do. Just do your research. Buy books. Go on YouTube. Listen to YouTube videos. Go to seminars on investing so that you can know what you're truly doing with your money and your future. Period, guys. So go to createmyoWneconomy.com.